What's up, everybody? Proton Lorcana coming at you again with another deck tech building video. We went through the rest of the dual colored cards and just to see if anything inspired us. And yeah, we obviously had this beautiful enchanted. I was gonna sell it, but then actually the more I looked at it, the more it like grew on me, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna keep that and I'm gonna build a deck around it. So what does Darkwing Duck and Launchpad do? Well, it's a shift 5 with ward, and it's a 5/7 body. So once it comes out, there's not too much anyone can really do except challenge it. And it's also got another ability there that during your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you gain 2 lore. So really, we're just looking to build a detective deck that gets lore when it challenges, and it just does good things. So yeah, let's just see basically what we've come up with here. That is the premise of the whole deck build. So starting off with our 1-drops, we have Darkwing Duck, just the typical vanilla 2/2 Darkwing Duck. It's a hero and it's a detective, and yeah, so that's how we're going to start the game off with. There's that little drop there, and so we've got 4 of those. And because we also are detectives, we're running a Nick Wilde, and just another vanilla detective 2/2. Beautiful. Got 4 of them in the deck. And then we have also Robin Hood. This is not a detective. I just like the shift 3 target, which matches this one here. So both going to have 8 creatures in total in the deck that challenge and get 2 lore. But also it's just a good styling card. We'll go over that when we go over the later drops. But anyway, that's our 12 1-drop creatures. So I've got 4 of those in there. And we've also opted to take the new dock, as it were. So, broke my shoulder. So what does that do? It costs 1, it's uninkable. Discard your hand to draw 2 cards. So this is just a fantastic card. This is kind of why we've gone heavier. We've got the 12 1-drops because it's quite easy just to slip that in or slip this in and then draw another 2. And Dock has always been really, really good in the past format. So in my opinion, this is the new Dock. And if you're playing Steel, then you should, especially Blue, because Blue doesn't have incredibly too much draw, then you should definitely consider taking your Break Shoulder. So we've got 4 of those because we love that card. Cool. And then we're going to move on to the 2-drops. We have Launchpad. So this is another uninkable. So in the deck, and with all the decks that I build, sorry, I'm trying to get that to focus. There it is. Oh, yep. Yeah. We have 12 uninkables in total, is generally the rule of thumb. This one has an additional ability. You draw a card, and you can, so you tap this to draw a card and discard a card unless you have Duckwing Duck in play. So ideal line is play Duckwing Duck, turn 2, Launchpad. So beautiful. Sometimes what you want to do is maybe start off with Nick Wilde, bring this out, turn, and then play Duckwing Duck on turn 3. Sometimes it's just better to guarantee that you're just more likely that Nick Wilde will die. Like whoever you bring out first is likely can sometimes die pretty easily. So sometimes you just want to fake it out and punk them. So so we've got 4 of those. Then we're going to move on to 4 Duckwing Duck 4/1 with ward this time around. So this is just an absolute beat stick of a body from Winter Spell, and yeah, it hits hard and it's hard to deal with because of the ward. So this also follows up with the Launchpad turn 3 line. So also on the 2-drop slot, we've got 4 the Terror that flaps in the night, And this is just basically a 2 damage, 2 cost inkable action. If I've got Darkwing Duck in play, it's 3 damage instead. So this is really good card when you basically are facing Dumbos. And I'm just finding that it's quite easy to just like weave it in, especially when you've got like all these little low drops that you can kind of just do some nice little plays there. But yes, I'm finding this card really, really good. So yes, take it if you have the option to. Obviously, you can take Fly the Cannon. It does the same thing, 1 less damage. Because this is the Darkwing Duck deck, we can definitely thematically take this and not feel bad about it at all. So we've got 4 of those. So that's our 2 drops. Let's just separate that out a little bit. Beautiful. Right, now we're into our 3 drops. We should start with the Duty Hops first. So we've got the Duty Hops here. It's nothing special, but essentially what this card does is a big body for starters. It's a detective, which fits into our theme. Also, if you have another detective in play, you may put the chosen item into the player's inkwell face down and exerted. So yeah, if you've got an annoying item, you can get rid of it. I'm finding that I'm actually inking this more often than not, but if I do manage to find an annoying item to take out, great. That's pretty good. And then we've got also in the 3 drop slot, we've got 4 strength of the fire, so deals damage based on how many other creatures you have in play. So this is a really good card. It's inkable, sort of speaks for itself there, and you can sing it, but you know, we've got quite a low cost curve here, and then we've got some damage that we can just sort of edge the advantage just to keep our field out. And then on our 4 drop slot, we've taken Duty Hops, which is absolutely incredible card. So 4 cost 3/3 inkable. When you play this character, you look, and when she quests, you look at the top 3 cards. You may reveal a detective card and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your deck in your order. So you're bringing it out, it's replacing itself. Quite often you will get a duty and get another duty. Sometimes you whiff, but so be it. More often than that, though, more often than not, this is getting you 2 cards. It's on play, and then when you tap it, it's incredible. So yeah, every time you verse this card in a detective deck, it's really hard to try and keep up with it. It's a body that keeps recurring attacks, keeps recurring cards. Sorry. So yep, and then on our 5 drop, but also our shift 3 slot, we've got a Nick Wild detective here. During your turn, when one of your detective characters banishes another character in a challenge, you draw a card. So we have a lot of detectives here. We can chip and then finish it off with any of these detectives. Launchpad isn't a detective and Robin Hood isn't a detective, but everything else is. So obviously that works really, really well. We've got the shift Nick Wild for 3. Sometimes we just play it for 5. But yeah, so we are coming in with a huge shift 3 5/4 body that even if you just attack with it, you'll more than likely get to hit 2 things and also draw another card. So I'm finding this card is absolutely incredible for this deck. So we've taken 4 of those, and obviously in a detective deck, you're going to want to take Nick Wild for sure. Right, then we're also on the 5 drop slot, also in the shift 3 range here. We have Robin Hood, classic back in the day. Goes really, really nicely into the 1 drop 1/3, but essentially it's a 3/6 body that quests for 2. If you challenge another character and banish it, you just need to challenge it. Actually, you get 2 lore. That's awesome. And during your turn, when this character banishes, so you have to banish it to get 2 lore, but basically it's just another way of getting 2 lore when challenging. And then if this character is banished in a challenge, you get to draw a card. So it replaces itself, even though it's not a detective. It's strong enough to be in this deck, and I just love it. So we're taking it. Awesome. Right. So what else have we taken? We have taken some 4 let it goes here. So what we are trying to do is shift with Nick Wild or Robin Hood, and then just going back and just straight up killing this. Just straight up putting a character into its player's inkwell face down and exerted. So it's really, really good. Spot removal. I was running the Poor Man Zeus that does the 4 damage uninkable, but more than often than not, I'll just have something that I would have to put 2 cards into with spells just to deal with it. So I went for the Let It Go instead, and yeah, I'm finding it a lot better. I don't think giving your opponent 1 ink is that big of a deal anymore. Maybe it is, but yeah, I've been liking the way the deck's running at the moment, and I actually haven't run it with the Let It Go yet, but on my test games, I ended up going on like a 12 win streak with this deck. So it's, yeah, I'm really liking where this is heading. So yes, great card, Let It Go. I think that's a welcome addition to this deck. So we've got Strength of the Raging Fire for removal, Terror That Flaps for 3 cost removal, and we've got Let It Go for removal. So we've got 12 pretty decent removal cards there. And then we've got the Nick Wild for the card draw, and we've got also the Broken Shoulder if we empty our hand that we can just card draw as well as Launchpad. This is an incredible card. Like, it's literally more than often not you're just using it to card draw, baiting them to attack, and then using a shift one, and then shifting with Nick Wild to take it out and get another card, controlling the board at the same time. So we've got all these like secret shift cards that come in to get 2 lore or draw a card, or you just bop away with your spells there. So yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, what else do we have? We've got Judy Hopps. It's a shift 4, so we can put it on our shift on our Judy Hopps 3 there. And essentially, we can give all of our detectives alert. We can deal with evasives and resist 2. Absolutely loving this card. And when more often than not, you're trying to find this card so you can deal with the board, especially against red purple. So yeah, absolutely loving this card in this deck. So that's our 6 drop slot, or a shift 4 onto the Judy Hopps if we should need it. Which leads to our last 4-off card, which is the Darkwing Duck, which we've talked about before. But essentially, we are just being detectives, we are challenging, we're getting 2 lore with our Robin Hoods or with the Darkwing Ducks here, and then we are just basically coming in with a whole bunch of card draw when we challenge, or if they're sitting still, we're just coming in with the Let It Go, so Strength of Raging Fire, the Terror That Flaps, just to quest away, bait them into coming to us so we can come back with a shift 3 Nick Wild to draw cards again. Or we're baiting with Launchpad. We're drawing cards to bait them to attack us, and then come back and then draw one we attack. And yeah, that is the deck, guys. This is actually fast becoming my new favorite deck. I don't think it's ever gonna beat, in my opinion, the Mickey Mouse deck is still my favorite one that I've got at the moment, the Mickey and Minnie. But this is actually coming second place for me now, and I think I will definitely get some more reps in with it and possibly consider this one as well as Mickey and Minnie for Set Champ season. Cool. Well, let me know what you guys think of this deck. Interested to see what you guys come up with as well. Feel free to share deck lists. I know that the detective deck has definitely been done before, and there's definitely other cards you can take, but this is just more, we are just going to be annoying with 12 really good removal spells to control the board, a whole bunch of card draw with detectives and Launchpad, and if we get desperate we can break our shoulders and just draw 2 cards and just keep the gravy train going. And then we're closing it out with the launch pads, which they can't screw with. And then, and they have to trade unfavorably into it. And in the meantime, it's guaranteed 2 lore. That's pretty much what we've come up with here, guys. Thank you so much for your time. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you so much for all the new subscribers. And yeah, really appreciate it. We'll catch you in the next one.